Welcome to The Sound, KQAL-FM's weekly behind-the-scenes look at Midwestern-made music. From writing and recording to distribution and promotion, The Sound is your source for new releases and exclusive interviews from Midwestern artists. Support for The Sound is made possible by a grant from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Rolling.
Hey there, girl, what you doing? I think you're heading down the road of ruin.
Tonight on The Sound, we bring you the latest album from Becky Kapell titled In It to Win It. Becky is a country and americana musician out of St. Paul, Minnesota, whose path to the Minnesota music scene has been a unique and interesting journey to say the least. In fact, the Minneapolis Star Tribune called Becky a late bloomer country crooner because of her unique path and what some might call her late arrival. But we're glad she's here now. In It to Win It is Becky's third album since the release of her debut titled For Now was released in 2012. Produced by Paul Bergen and featuring Erik Koskinen, Jeremy Johnson, and Nate Gamb, In It to Win It takes us on a delightful journey through some true blue Minnesota country music. Or, as Miss Kapell's bio says, groovy, swampy, honky-tonky, heart-breaky, sassy, kick-assy original music from America's Midwest. Well, I think that pretty much sums it up. Better than I can anyway, so I'm going to stop talking, kick back, and check out some great Minnesota music, and I encourage you to join me and do the same. Here's Becky Kapell with In It to Win It, tonight on The Sound.
It's what I do.
That was I Don't Know by Becky Kapell, and she's out of Minneapolis, and that's from her third album titled In It to Win It. Now, Becky, I've been kind of following you for a little bit here. I saw That Certain Ache. I think I came across that around 2019 or so. I believe it came out in 18. But and I think I was on Bandcamp. I'm not sure. And I was probably down a rabbit hole following like Erik Koskinen and stuff or something,
Sure.
But, I just want to say this is your third album since 2012. But you've had rather kind of an unconventional journey compared to a lot of artists, you didn't really get started till later. The Minneapolis Star Tribune called you a late bloomer country crooner, which I thought just kind of sounded fun.
Yeah, I have to write a song.
Yeah, right.
Crooner.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Well, can you tell us a little bit about your musical journey, and how you got to where you are now from when you started,
Yeah, I started doing music when I was living in Portland as a young adult. I had sung in choir in high school and that kind of stuff, but nothing until I had moved to Portland on a whim. And I met up with some musicians there and started singing back up in their band. It's kind of eclectic, weird, psychedelic rock. And we actually had some pretty good success in that band. Got to open for the Pretenders one time.
Oh, nice.
So it was pretty exciting. Yeah, that was kind of a fluke. But anyway, and then eventually I left that band and I was just doing my own. I put together my own band just doing country cover songs, which is quite different from what I'd been doing with the previous band. And I just kind of casually gigged maybe once a month or so. Got married, had a couple kids, and of course was gigging even less then. And then I moved to back to Minnesota, where I'd grown up, and that was because my brother invented magnetic poetry, which are the little words on magnets you put on your fridge.
Cool.
And it was kind of taken off. So I moved back here to help him with the company. And so I was working full time, had little kids, and just completely forgot about music, really, for years. Didn't go out to hear music, anything like that. And then eventually I got divorced, and it was when my son was a teenager, and he was quite a great guitar player. He doesn't really play anymore. But anyway, so there were some guitars lying around here. So I decided I was going to start teaching myself guitar and just to accompany myself singing, because I like to sing. And so I taught myself G, C, and D, those chords.
Right.
And pretty much I could play anything I really wanted to with G, C, and D.
Yep.
So that is how it started. So I would just be messing around with, just kind of learning the chords and playing a rhythm or something. And then the songs just started coming out of me.
Cool.
And, that's what happened. So
wow.
I started writing them down. Yeah. That's didn't know any musicians here at the time.
Yeah. I read that you, that when you moved back to, or you recorded your first album, you went back to Portland to do it, right?
Yes, I did, over like 2 or 3 years' time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Just piece by piece.
Exactly, because I didn't know anybody here, and all my musicians' friends were there. And so I would just go back and forth and visit, like twice a year.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And then I read that, after that, and you're living in Minneapolis, that you started kind of going out to see bands by yourself and stuff to, like, I'm assuming network and find players and stuff, like.
Exactly. I mean, I didn't really know what or why I was doing anything. Except for that, I wanted to sing, and I knew I needed some other players to be able to really do that well. I'm not much of a solo artist, I don't think so. So I need those other players, and that's I've tried to figure out where I fit in and so on, and just started meeting people, and it's really a very social scene here. I think it's quite accepting, and
it really is, isn't it?
A lot of good friends,
yeah, it is, and it's varied too. There's a huge variety of artists there.
There sure is. Oh my gosh, there's so much that I just know nothing about still. Sure.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So is that where you hooked up with Paul Bergen and Erik Koskinen, kind of in that time period, or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I used to go hear Eric's band, and then Molly Mayer. Also, they played with Molly Mayer, and I'd go see those guys. It seemed to be like, yeah, and of course they're just such great players. So it wasn't. I really not even in my wildest imagination could I imagine, playing with those guys. But
And now
Just
look.
over time, I
Right?
guess I wore him down. No, and then I would go see Paul's band. It's actually pronounced Bergen. I know it's
Oh,
spelled
okay.
like Bergen. He never corrects people, and it's not that big a deal. But I was just like, it's Paul Bergen. Sounds very
Okay.
French or something, right?
Right?
Anyway, he had a band called the Astronauts of Rhythm and Sound that used to play every Wednesday at a little bar called Morrissey's
Oh,
over here in Minneapolis. And so yeah, I used to go hear that band, and then that's when I really got to know him and just his guitar playing. And sometimes I think I got up the guts at some point to say, "Hey, would you ever consider playing with me?" And he said, "Sure."
oh,
And I was
cool.
like, "What?"
Wow.
So that's yeah.
Nice.
So that's cool. Yeah.
Well,
So
what pays
because
to-
you know what I found out?
What's that?
Players like to play.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
know?
Yep.
And when there's somebody with songs that are good songs that they can play along with, then you bonus. Like it was kind of this revelation, like, oh, yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, that is awesome. That is fantastic. Well, let's get back into some tunes. We'll play some songs for folks, and then we'll be back. I'm talking to Becky Kapell tonight, and she has her new album out called In It to Win It. Came out this past March here. And so this next tune is called How About You, and that's off her third album that's just released. And we'll be back after this to talk more with Becky Kapell right here on The Sound on 89.5 KQAL.
I thought that you might call, but my phone never rang at all. Alone and out of touch, so I think too much. Another week goes by without connection. I wanna reach out, but I'm filled with doubt. I hear the melody, but the words don't come to me. And even if they do, I can't sing them to you. I think about all our missed connections. And even so, a current runs through my soul. How about you? How about you? All these mixed messages crashing inside my head. I wish that we could talk it through. I put a record on to try to change the song, but the needle's stuck on you, 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 you. One of these times, I'm gonna step over the line and speak the words unspoken. And once that dam is broken, I hope you see all I have to offer. I've got a lot to give, but no one to give it to. How about you? How about you? How about you?
That was Is Your Love Gone by Becky Kapell. And before that, we heard How About You? And those are from her newest album called In It to Win It. And I have Becky on the phone tonight, and we're talking about her new album. And so, Becky, so you were saying that you picked up your teenage son's guitar to teach yourself some chords, you know. It sounds like no real thought of like where that was going to lead, you know. And what is that journey like, you know, to be like relatively new to an instrument and then just kind of hit the ground running, like writing songs and stuff, you know? Was that like a surprise to you? I mean, because now you're doing like songwriter showcases and stuff, you know. You were a songwriter in the rounds at 331 Club. I mean, what's that like to go from, it's almost like 0 to 60, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's weird. It really is weird. I can't, like I said, I think I feel like I'm like right now, I'm just kind of feel like maybe I do have some direction here, you know, third record, but it's a wonderful thing. I don't know what to say about it. It's the greatest thing. I do feel like it's something that kind of just happened to me, but I am a firm believer in, seeing opportunities, and, you know, I think that's a thing I've always prided myself on, that I see opportunities and I go for them. Or at least I try to. I don't always have the guts to, but I'm proud of myself for having the guts to go for,
right,
you know, for the things that I've gone for. And it's like, I don't know, it's just wonderful. And I really enjoy, I really enjoy performing, and I love singing. I just love singing. So it's really great.
Right. Well, what a cool story, you know? I mean, are you compelled to, you know, like play guitar? Are you diving into, you know, guitar a lot, or is it more on the writing side, or?
I am, that's a really good question, because I always tell myself, I should get better at guitar. I should, you know, I really am very limited, but you know, then again, I've got great players with me, so I can let them take care of that stuff, you know.
Right. Well, and the songwriting itself.
And I am, well, I feel like this is the time of year that I kind of songs sort of bubble up. So right now, actually, I've been, and then also now that the record is out, you know, it does give you more room again to go, oh yeah, so what is next, you know? And so I'm, there's things bubbling up from things from what I do is when I get a melody in my head, which is almost always the first thing that comes to me with a song is the melody, not the words. Then I take out my phone and I do a voice recording, and you know, so that I've got the melody in there, and I just try to make sure that I don't forget it, and then I go back and listen to those, and that's what happens. Then a song can bubble up. So yeah,
that is fantastic. And you know, it's amazing the way technology with cell phones and stuff, and the like you mentioned you get out the phone and do the voice recorder, you know. I've talked to a lot of people who that's their method, you know. It's our new notebook, you know, because you can hear the idea then too, and you don't lose any of that. You know, there might be something special about the way you're singing it, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And that's exactly right. And you go, oh, that little thing that you would never remember, just the way that you did your voice or whatever. Thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I do use a notebook for words. So sometimes I'll just get a line and I'll write in the notebook. So there is the thing of like, right now I'm in the process, if you're asking about songwriting, I'm sort of in the process of listening to those old voice memos. Ooh. And then getting out my notebook and going, oh, what little line did I write down that might fit in here, you know? And then that kind of is what inspires the song. So
has your writing process changed or evolved since you recorded the first album? You know, I mean, the way you do it?
Yeah, well, I'll say it's gotten a lot slower.
Oh, interesting.
I was a lot more prolific back then. I was so filled with angst. That is why I started writing. It was just, I'd been writing in a journal, like, you know, just had all this, whatever, angst from midlife, I guess, or whatever. And so I would write about it. It was just dribble, just, you know, repeating myself over and over. And then I would read that and go, oh, there's a line there. Like, why do I keep repeating this? And so in a way, songwriting was a way to kind of distill down all those ideas into one little nugget that then I could now go, okay, I'm going to put that aside now. Now it's out here. Okay, great. It's out of my head. And so it was actually a very healing process, that first record for sure.
Right.
It was a much sadder record than I think my other two records are.
Yep. Reminds you of that.
Although they're all pretty sad in some ways.
Well, that brings me to another question I had. Country music. Were you because you talked about some bands you were in Portland and stuff, and it was a little different flavor. Were you always a fan of country, or what types of bands were you working with?
Yes, I have always been a fan of country music and old country music. And I don't really know exactly where that came from because no one in my family was really. And but I will say that my mother had this collection of 45s, which I'm looking at right here in my living room right now.
Oh, nice.
And that had she had a couple of Johnny Cash records, just the little 45s, and then Everly Brothers, which, I guess that's country. That's what I actually have on my turntable right now. I should take a picture and send it to you. But
cool.
I have Wake Up Little Susie right now on my turntable.
Nice.
Yeah. And so I think that's what woke up I had those records as a child. She let me have them in my bedroom, and I had my little polka dot record player. And I just play them over and over and sing, to the things and learn all the harmonies and stuff. So yeah, I mean, when I look back, I'm like, oh, I guess I could always sing and do harmonies and whatever. I'm a great imitator.
So this has
and
been...
I think that's a good way to learn singing.
Yeah. Oh, I think so, for sure. So this has kind of been a long time coming, right? Something that you were...
It really has. Yes,
looking back,
think it has
right?
been. I mean, it is interesting to look back now and go, oh, yeah, this was always in me. And it took me this long to kind of realize it. But, no regrets, because it's like, I'm having a great time. So
yeah.
I don't know if I could have had a great time before now.
Right. And you have a lot of material to draw from, right? So
yeah, that's true.
Can you well, and that's kind of the next question I was thinking about. We're going to play the song Idle Down here, but that tune, this is one of my favorites from this album. And it's funny because I was listening to it and I'm like, this reminds me of like the kind of song I would drive to, one of those country driving songs. And then I looked up the lyrics, and on Bandcamp, you have a little thing you say before the lyrics where you're talking about, when you were a kid and your dad used to tell you idle down, And I'm like, oh, wow, that's so great how the feeling of the song and the lyrics go together like that. Can you tell us kind of how that came together? Like, is it just writing about that memory, or?
Yeah, there again, that was like the line, the line I had, and then there was that melody and rhythm that the song is. That actually, what happened with that one is we were during COVID, we were getting together with Paul and then my current drummer Nate Gamb, and just kind of having jam sessions spread out in my living room. So and I had like air filters and stuff. And so just to play. And so that just kind of came up with that little melody, that riff kind of came about that way. And then I was like, oh, could put this will fit in idle down, in the little chorus that we had figured. Anyway, so that's how that happened. It was a combo.
Nice.
Of, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty organic process. Is that how it usually happens?
Oh, yes.
So you guys work together?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. For me, it's all organic. I don't do any, I don't do any writing exercises or songwriter prompts or anything like that. Which is probably why I don't write that many songs.
Well, I don't know. You're
not
on
very
record
disciplined
3.
about it,
Yeah, you are on album 3 though, so I think you're doing pretty good.
I'm doing all right. Yeah. They eke out.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and play it for people, and then we'll be back and talk a little more. I'm talking to Becky Kapell tonight, and we're talking about her new album, In It to Win It. And this next track is called Idle Down, and you're listening to it on The Sound right here on 89.5 KQAL.
The radio, roadblocks left behind. I'm going to let love flow. maybe I accelerate just a bit too fast. I'm gonna tap the brakes, ease it up, 'cause I want this ride to last. I'm gonna idle down, slow my roll, but baby, you know this engine wants to go. Idle down, slow my roll, but baby, you know this engine wants to go. Don't care which road we take, nowhere to get to. Don't care what's up ahead, as long as I'm with you. What a trip, feeling like running down those blues. Detours don't bother me, I'll just enjoy the view. I'm gonna idle down, slow my roll, but baby, you know this engine wants to go. Idle down, don't go too fast, 'cause baby, I want this ride to last. Cruises on, rain is gone, clouds in the rearview mirror. Windows down, stars around, we got heaven right here. I'm gonna idle down, slow my roll, but baby, you know this engine wants to go. Idle down, slow my roll, but baby, you know this engine wants to go. I'm gonna idle down, slow my roll, but baby, you know this engine wants to go. Idle down, slow my roll, but baby, you know this engine wants to go.
That was Idle Down from Becky Kapell. That's from her latest album, In It to Win It. And I have Becky on the phone tonight. So, Becky, we were kind of talking about your writing process, you know, and like how that last song came together. And you said it came out of kind of a jam session and you had the idea for Idle Down. Was that with, like, who's in your band? Do you have a band called the Fat Six? Is it like the same band all the time, or does it kind of shift?
It's it is not always the same band, but there is a core band now. That's Paul Bergen is pretty much always he's the main member.
Okay.
So Paul Bergen plays guitar, and then he actually produced my last two records too. So he's instrumental in all of that.
Right.
He's the one that really created the sound and everything. So so Paul Bergen plays guitar, and then Nate Gamb on drums that I mentioned. Lately been playing with Nick Salisbury on bass, great bass player. And but the bass, I've on the record, there's different players. Erik Koskinen actually plays bass on a few of the songs, and a guy named Jeremy Johnson, who's an amazing guitar player and drummer, plays drums on a few of them that we recorded live.
Oh, cool.
We recorded 3 of the songs live to tape.
Ooh.
At Jeremy Johnson's studio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they have a really nice warm sound.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What the songs were, let's see. I Don't Know, the first one, and In It to Win It, and also Something Something.
Okay.
Those were the 3 we did there.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What's it like, what's it like collaborating when you write, as opposed to, like, I'm assuming your first record was mostly written, by yourself. And now collaborating with people, what's how different is that for you?
Oh, well, I actually don't really collaborate. Really, that one song that I described, "Idle Down." I mean, it was still my, like my melody and stuff that I was in my rhythm and everything. But Paul's the one who, I mean, I guess he adds the really cool guitar lines through and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say we exactly collaborate, but I just let him do whatever.
Okay. So you kind of have the bones of the song already, and then.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I usually have a pretty fully formed thing when I show it to people. So.
Right.
But yeah, it was really that one song, "Idle Down," that I just didn't actually have the words plugged in yet, but. But once we played the melody together, then we just I was like, oh yeah, I gotta finish this one.
Cool. Oh, awesome. And you mentioned you recorded some of the songs to tape. Where did you record them again?
Well, the name of the studio is Barking Jack Studios, which is the studio of Jeremy Johnson, who is the one that played drums on the record. So it's in North St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay. So was the whole record recorded there or in different spots? Or?
Just those three. And then I think two of the songs we actually did in Paul's living room during COVID. And his son, Sam, engineered. He's got a 22-year-old son that is also a great musician. Cool. And helped engineer that one. And then we did some recording down at Erik Koskinen's studio in St. Peter, Minnesota. So it's all a mishmash.
Yeah. A mishmash with a lot of talent involved, it sounds like.
I'll say. Yeah, it's amazing.
Nice. So you talked about recording a few of them live, in the living room and stuff. Is that normally how you do it, live? You guys just get together and play, or do you normally like track it out, each track at a time, or?
A kind of a combo. The ones that we did at Paul's living room, we did like I think one of them we played, Nate played drums and I played guitar, and I guess Paul played bass. Okay. I'm trying to remember which one that was. It actually might have been "Idle Down." But anyway, we tracked it there, and then we went down to Erik's and added. That's when Paul added more guitar parts and so on. But sometimes Paul just adds guitar parts on his own, just with his little. I don't know what the thing is. Some little machine he plugs into.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, we're not big like. All right, it's the day in the studio, and we've got, we haven't done a lot of that. It's like you say, it's, I guess, more organic.
Right, and kind of piece it together as it comes, huh?
Yep, piecemeal, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Does that help the songs evolve? Like, do they change over, the process of recording them, or are they pretty much what they are when you envision them?
Yeah, no, they're pretty much what they are.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, they're pretty much what they are. Just a fun little mention on that. Like the second record called "That Certain Ache," that was the title track. We actually recorded in Paul's basement at that time. This was a few years ago, and I was really just kind of showing him the song, and he found like a drum loop that. Just to play along with, and he just kind of pressed record, and that was the take that we used on the record. And he added some other stuff later, but yeah, it's just weird kind of drum loop thing, and it turned out really cool. And that one was just kind of me showing him that song.
Nice. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Well, let's go ahead and play some more songs for people. We're going to go ahead and play two more tracks from the record here, Sumpin' Sumpin' and In It to Win It, the title track. So we'll talk about that when we get back. And I'm talking to Becky Kapell tonight. She has a new album out called In It to Win It. And this next track is called Something Something right here on 89.5 KQL on The Sound.
Space.
That was In It to Win It. And before that, we heard Something Something. And those are both from Becky Kapell's new album called In It to Win It. And I have Becky on the phone tonight. So, Becky, that last tune, In It to Win It, it's the title track. What was the inspiration behind that tune? And, is that like the main feel of the album? Like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the inspiration for that one was I have very bad taste in men. So that's I can't remember if the melody or the words came first on that one, but probably I think the idea of the words came first, but then it just the bridge is, if there's a prize being given to the biggest fool, I'm in it to win it. It's what I do. Yeah,
Right.
I love that song. It's just it's funny.
Yeah, it's fun and clever. It's got a cool. I love the music to it. So
swampy.
Very very cool.
Yeah.
So, what does the future hold for Becky Kapell? Do you have plans to tour with the Fat Six or more releases?
Yeah,
What's going on?
I know I get asked that. I'm well, right now I'm just kind of lining out my summer shows. I don't like to I've got here's one big thing. I do have an actual CD release show, record release show at the Turf Club up here in St. Paul. Okay. On May 21st.
All right.
And that's going to be a really great night. Another band called Turn 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 is playing, and Faith Boblet is going to be doing a set. So anyway, it's going to be a great night, and that was rescheduled from February when I was supposed to have my record release.
Okay.
But the COVID had gotten in the way of that. So anyway, we rescheduled it, and that is coming up. And then I've got some other fun shows coming up. I'm going to be playing at the State Fair in Minnesota up here.
Fun.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. Yes, you're talking from Winona, not some other not some other state. Anyway, State Fair. And anyway, I'm trying to line out my summer gigs right now, but no, actually, like touring, exactly. I would love to do that, but I just don't really have the mechanisms in place to do that. So,
right. Not yet, right?
Yeah, I'd love to, but I would love to do some regional touring, or get asked by Nick Lowe or something to
right,
to
hit the road with them,
to tour with him, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
So
hey, I'm going to stop you for 1 second. So if you want to pause it or whatever. Looks like they're just pulling up right now. So if we can, I don't know if we can finish it up or not.
Probably.
Were you almost ready?
I'm just going to ask you where to go online for album merch and dates. So if you think we got time, we can try to squeeze it in here.
I think so. They haven't gotten out of their truck yet.
All right, let's go for it.
Okay.
So where can people find the album? I know it's streaming on Spotify and all the streaming services like that.
Absolutely, yes. And also on Bandcamp.
Okay, so people can purchase it there, right?
They can purchase it there, yep. And I think you can even listen to it like 3 times before then. So, and then, if you go to my website, beckykapell.com, that is the best place to find my music. My dog is barking.
Awesome.
You can hear.
Yep. How about merch? Is there merch available on the website as well then?
All my CDs are available there. Yes. And I actually don't have any other merch right now, but I'm working on a T-shirt that I'll have.
I was going to say, we need a T-shirt.
Yeah, for the CD release show. Yeah.
Right.
I'm working on that. So, so I'll put that on the website once I have that.
How about show dates? Where's the best place for people to find out about that? Is it your website or Facebook?
Also on my website. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I do my website myself, and I'm very proud. I try to keep it all up to date and everything. So, shows are there always with ticket links if there's tickets and all that kind of stuff. So
awesome.
BeckyKapell.com.
BeckyKapell.com. There we go. You heard it, folks. Get over there and find out where she's playing. And pick up an album. So maybe a T-shirt. So once those come out. That's right. Becky, it looks like you have a pretty full schedule online. And you're pretty busy. Is music a full-time thing yet, or is that something you're thinking about? Or
not a full-time thing yet. And I mean, if something just happened, then I could make that transition to full time. But
Right.
no, right now I'm just enjoying the process,
Having
and
fun with
where
it.
I'm at. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
well, we're glad. We thank you for it because you've got some great music out there, and
Thank
love
you.
the new album. I just want to say out there, I'm talking to Becky Kapell tonight, and we're talking about her new album, In It to Win It. And go to beckykapell.com for information on show times, and you can purchase albums there and hopefully a T-shirt in the future. So, Becky, thanks so much for talking with us tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed myself. Love talking about myself.
Well, we love hearing about it. So cool. Well, we're going to go out with a song. This is High on a Hilltop, and this is from Becky Kapell's newest album, In It to Win It. And you're listening to it on The Sound right here on 89.5 KQAL.
I think I'll never find. I might as well face it. I'm the losing kind. But deep down inside, I believe it is. High on a hilltop way far away, high on a hilltop way far away. Each night I pray that it's not too late, that disappointment won't be my fate. But I believe deep down, one day I'll stand high on a hilltop way far away, high on a hilltop way far away. I'm looking, but I won't ever find. I might as well face it. I'm the losing kind. But I believe deep down, one day I'll stand high on a hilltop way far away, high on a hilltop way far away, far away, far away.
Thanks again to Becky Kapell for joining us tonight on The Sound. To hear more from Becky, check her out on Bandcamp, Facebook, your favorite streaming service, or go to beckykapell.com. For more deep dives into local and regional albums, tune into The Sound every Wednesday night at 6 right here on 89.5 KQAL. I'm Bill Stoneberg, and we've just heard from Becky Kapell on The Sound. Thanks for listening to The Sound. The Sound is produced by KQAL-FM on the campus of Winona State University. Visit us online at kqal.org. Theme music for The Sound provided by Mike Terrell of Fires of Denmark.